Let's get started. So good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Truth Tribe. I'm Dawn Thompson, and thank you for being here. If you are a newbie or if you have been here with me for years, I am grateful. Remember that you are all perfect in this exact now moment that you are in. Oh, wonderful. Hello, Cecilia, beautiful. Remember, there's nothing wrong with you. This is a big deal with everyone. Like, what's wrong? This is the big thing. What's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. And what you're experiencing is what your frequency of evolution is to experience right now. And a lot of people we're whining and we're complaining, and I don't want that. And the answer is we've got to look at what we are including into our frequencies. And so remember that when I share with you, I love you all. I pour love onto you. When I do my journal meditating, I go up on the grid and I pour hearts down on everybody. And the reason I share this with you is because we think it's frivolous. We think, that's not working, but it is. And so tonight, because the topic is, do you live in 3D, 4D, or 5D reality? And I'm going to start tonight more so with a question. Okay. So here's the big question for all of you tonight. And I want you to kind of respond. So I want you to answer, and I'm going to have you kind of answer at the end of the call, right? But just hold on to this question for a while tonight. Okay. Repeat after me. Why the fuck am I here? And I mean here on this planet. And this is the most fascinating question that I have continued to ask probably most of my life, okay? And most are oblivious to even venturing to ask this question. Why would we incarnate on this planet to suffer? No one asks that. Like, I know you might wonder why is this happening to me? It's not happening to you. And so we didn't incarnate to suffer and sacrifice. That's total bullshit. Okay. And my simplest answer is, when we go back to that question, is when you stop accepting it, you will have immediate awakening. And so I'm going to take you in back. We're going to ebb and flow through the 3D, 4D, 5D realities, right? But what I mean by awakening is like you're awake. It's almost like you were like, whoa, why didn't I ask that question? Why didn't I question what I'm doing here in general on this planet? Why would we incarnate over and over and over millions of lifetimes to be miserable and suffering and sacrifice? It's illogical. Okay. So now I want to go to another question. I was all over the board this week because of all the stuff that was coming in, and to add to it, the planets, I'm going to get to them at the end when we do our planetary update, but they're just intense. Okay. So my next question is, I want to ask, why do you think I unleash the F-bombs so often? I mean, like the word fuck, think about it. Okay. Not to impress you, right? It's not to upset you. It's not to do anything more than to get you or people to question the label or a word or a belief or a description of anything you were told for it to mean, right? Does that label describe me? Well, some people think it's good. Some people think it's bad. Some people think it's terrible. And to shock and ajar, someone says, yeah, I'm not trying to shock you. I'm just being me. Because because it's my favorite word. It is my favorite word. You guys are too funny. Can you open your mind to why you're here? The F-bomb, okay? Can you be present for the message that I'm saying instead of critiquing your interpretation of the label as good and bad? And I'm not just using me, okay? It's the same for all of your relationships, okay? Can you hear them or me instead of listening for what you can criticize with what is wrong? It's limiting your presence for the reality that you want and what you want to focus on, whether you want it or the one you don't. That's what you're doing when you're judging a word. You're not questioning why you're here, a label, a discerning understanding of going, does it really fucking matter? No, it doesn't. But we then apply this differently, like, well, I don't care about Dawn. I love her because she knows she loves me. I know she loves me. No matter, without a fraction of a doubt, you all know I love you. And I do. Those of you who know me personally know I would do anything for you. So this is a fascinating piece, is that you know me, nor do you put judgment on it. But when it's someone else, we then turn it around and we have so much judgment and criticism and critiquing. Okay. And so when you're criticizing or critiquing something wrong with something and you're missing the message of the messenger, it limits your presence of being present now. You're not now, you're somewhere else. And you're someone in the past, someone in the future. Remember, those don't exist. So are you present in your relationships? Like really present, okay? Most are just rambling in their thoughts about what is right, or that's wrong, or that's going to happen, or I'm enough, or I'm not enough, or they're not what I need them to be right now, etc., etc., etc. But are you just being in the moment of your light with that person in your space? Can you just observe and not supplement any energy, right? So later, or you can now, you guys have already started, which is always so funny. Comment in the comments what your emotions around F-bombs are. There's two of you who clearly love it and no, I don't care, which I love you for, because you use them too. But I do want to know, like, what are your comments when you hear those F-bombs? Some people, you're like, oh, that's just how they talk, right? One of my favorite people, David Goggins, it's like every other, two words. But that's just almost like dialogue with him. You don't even hear it anymore because you want the message, right? So in other words, right, are words blind to you, or are they blinding your truth? They're blinding you, or they're blinding you to truth, right? Because every experience that you're having is happening at your level of focus, everything, okay? And so I write a lot. Y'all know that. I'm writing books. I write all the IDIs come direct from me. And I misspell a lot. And you all know that. And even in these daily IDIs that you all are on, if you're not on the daily IDI, if you're on Facebook or something, go sign up. It's free. Just sign up for the Truth Tribe and it'll sign you up for the daily IDI messages. And what I want to laugh with you guys about is, and I find it all funny, right? I laugh at my misspelling, even though, right, you totally get the message. But many people, when they get this misspelled message, okay, will comment about what's misspelled instead of the message, instead of what it's doing for them, what the message means, what the empowerment is, what I'm trying to open your mind, like, what the fuck does that change my mind, change my world? You're not going there. You're going, well, this is wrong with this. And you're missing the entire message of my love. Now, replicate me and that moment into all your relationships, okay? So I'm going to challenge all of you now to start being present with who you are, okay? And what you're focusing on is the reality that you're experiencing in your world, okay? In everything, okay? You will find something wrong, right? To get lost in the wrong, or are you present with the intention that you are enforcing instead in this moment? Because when you realize it doesn't matter what others say on the Wizard TV, or what bad people do to your food, or who's monitoring you. Oh, they're watching us. Yes, they are. Or who's not awake, or who's guilty of bad things, or who's not guilty, but's being taken advantage of, or who's not helping you get somewhere, or what they did to you and how mean they were to you, right? When you get there and you realize it doesn't matter, right? You realize you've been mean too. And when do you see where you focus most of your attention, you're going to start to see what it looks like to truly start to wake the fuck up and focus on what you want and who you are being right now, because you are so realizing none of that matters. And you're like, but it does matter. It doesn't matter when you know who you are and you're being it at all times. You will check your shadow beast, your ego, right? And your spirit guides and your now moment for what you are energetically charging the room you're in. Every room that you're in, no matter who's in it with you, no matter who's in the environment, you will check how your energetic charge is spending it. What energy it's spending out into the room. Are you the pity party petunia, or are you the delusional daisy? Like, what does your life look like? See yourself. I want you to look at yourself and go, if I'm just here right now, I'm not in the past, I'm not prepping for what I'm going to say, I'm not prepping for when I'm going to go, but you just are here and you're observing your every moment. And you're like, oh crap, I don't want to be here. It's okay. It's okay to get pissed off. It's okay to cry it out a bit. It's okay to purge it. Then move the fuck on. Because everything you're watching, none of you are realizing that 2 years ago, when all this bullshit started, at least you were all awake. And I kept going, I've been telling you this for 20 years. Okay. 2 years ago, when you're like, can you believe it? We're still doing the can you believe it mode. Can you believe what they told me? Can you believe what I found out? Can you believe what's bad for you? Everything that you're finding out was bad for you 50 years ago. It's just only there were less people saying that's bad for you. Or don't do that, or I don't want to do that anymore. I want to do it my way. And we're like, they're the bad, they're no good. They're following outside of the norm. They're the black sheep. Now we all want to be the black sheep. And we want them to see us. And we're like, who cares? It's okay to move on. So many philosophers have come up with this, they've made the phrase, right? Thoughts become things. Y'all know that? Have you heard it before? Your thoughts become things. I'm going to take it one step further tonight. It's not your thoughts that become things. It's your intentional truth that becomes things. Okay? And probably every lifetime you've had prior to this incarnation, you've been told what things give you value. So we've never given our thoughts and our truth any value until just the last 20 years, maybe. Okay. Some of us have, but a lot haven't. Okay. Now you realize that the intention of your truth is the only value necessary to create the things in your life. And many of you, as I am right in this group with you, okay, I've been there myself until just recently. You've been focusing on your thoughts to change your reality of things that you dream of. I dream of financial freedom. I dream of a home. I dream of being pregnant and having a baby. I dream of friends. I dream of travel. I dream, okay, this amazing career, whatever it is. And what I realize is that your thoughts have little to do, all this creation of your dreams have little to do with your thoughts, right? Or the things that you want. The only thing that counts is your truth and your intention of staying within the boundaries of that intention in the state of living in your truth. So I'm trying to get you guys to realize you've got to be done. Enough with the savior bullshit. They're going to save me. Ed's going to save me. The planets are going to save me. Dawn's going to save me. Jesus is going to save me. Trump is going to save me. My friends are going to save me. My political party, I focus, and then my label is this side. You got to get past I'm ripping you guys open today. I'm ripping the onion back. Enough of someone's going to save you, because the whole point of how do I live a great life is you figure out what you constantly focus on. This is what's also tripping many of you up, the labels of 3D, 4D, 5D. So I again, last week, if you guys were on, I know a lot of you are on this call that were on with me last week, was like, I just get so tripped up on the labels, because when you label something, you focus on becoming that label. It's stupid. And I'm trying to wake you guys to understand that being present, you have no label. You're just shining. So think about 3D, 4D, 5D. What are they? They're not things. They're not going somewhere. You're not getting there. They're frequencies of energy. They're planes of existence. They're quantum field planes. They're energetic, etheric planes of existence. Okay, and the frequency that you focus on, 3D frequency you focus on, 4D frequency you focus on, 5D, you could focus on 12D frequency you focus on. The frequency that you focus on is the frequency by which you will reside in, period. So the frequency that will take you, it's the frequency you're sitting in, whatever. Most of you still are hanging on and focusing on 3D. So that's the frequency that will talk to you the loudest. Those of you who are having a lot of ascension symptoms and pain in your body and sickness or illness or just flare-ups. I've had flare-ups in the last week, 2 weeks. So my body's talking to me going, you're too dense. You're too focused on that, Dawn. I was like, okay, I get it, right? So if you're focusing on 3D, the things, right? Remember, 3D is anything physical, the physical plane of existence. You will get stuck on them, on those things as your truth. And so you don't feel like you're expanding, because things don't expand. They're just things of energy, right? Then 40 are your thoughts. And are you ruminating on the things? These thoughts are ruminating. I need that thing. I need the career. I need the money. I need the love. I need the baby. I need to get my body. My body hurts. My body pain. My body, my thing, my friends, my them. I was taken advantage of. The thing. So if your 40 thoughts are ruminating on things you aren't getting them because ego can be an asshole. And ego hangs out in your thoughts. And ego is like wanting you to be miserable and suffer and be miserable all the time. Okay? Because that's where it's safe. Then 5D is another plane of existence, which is your soul, your higher self. We've talked about this. 5D is manifesting your intentions of truth, that's truth, quickly into love. So when you love that intention, you love the manifestation, you love the thing, and it could be a car, it could be a thing, but you love the experience of it. So as you focus less on the 3D, the body, the things, the physicality of stuff, which have been your entire existence, right? So of course you're going to be understandably confused that you can invert, and you will invert to love truth first instead of loving things first. So it's basically like we took the things world and we inverted and we put it up here into, what do you want, into the consciousness of 5D. And so this is a weird reality for all of you, as this 3D living in things is all you've ever known. However, you are still residing in a 3D body, but its frequency is rising. With every truth tribe you all listen to, it raises your frequency, just discussing how to live as a lighthouse. Housing light of consciousness of love. God consciousness is what's what I talk about. And when I push out love and God consciousness, you don't have a choice. So you're evolving, you're ascending, you're awakening to now, to be here right now when you're with me. We're talking about love consciousness, God consciousness, 5D truth. Our truth is to be higher consciousness of love and all the things we desire to bring back. You've lost it all, you'll get it back. You need to make more money, you're going to get it because it's here. You need to get healthy. Your truth is, this is all I will negotiate, is healthy love, healthy body, healthy strength, healthy modalities, healthy solutions. That's God consciousness. It's a miracle, and it's manifested immediately. So yes, when you look at this 3D plane of existence, physicality, anything you can touch, it's still a vibration. It's still a frequency. They're just things that are vibrating in a dense matter only for a small time. Second you leave it, the matter dissipates. So yes, you're absolutely seeing the 3D world, 3D reality crumble to the ground. Everything's burning to all of us giving less focus. to the 3D, and I've been bringing you into thoughts, which is the bridge. And then I've been bringing you up to the 5D quantum, which is the higher consciousness realm. So as I've said for years to all of you, stop with watching the wizard TV telling you your 4D thoughts to think. They're telling you what to think. They're telling you to think small things. And that's been the boulder pinning you down all this time. Your focus on truth is what is expanding, but it's only now being embraced. You're kind of like, okay, so I need to just focus on the miracle. Yes. So thus the reason for my IDI meditation journal that I made for all of you on Amazon. We talked about it in many calls, because I take you starting, close your eyes, go into the quantum field, into the 5th dimension, and then meditate on your intention and write it out and transfer it down into a thing paper journal of the 3D. That's what I'm trying to get you to guys do subconsciously, so it's natural. It's a natural state for you to close your eyes, put an intention, create it, and bring it back down with love. It happens faster. I'm just trying to show it to you in a faster version of what I'm really showing you is just close your eyes and meditate or walk or talk or just be the miracle. Okay? So here's a really good question someone had asked me this week. And it kind of stemmed off of where I was going with this. Why the fuck am I here? They asked me, why the fuck am I here if I can create my own improved reality in this space and time? If there's a contract I signed, and we all did, your contract is your birth chart with your gifts and talents and blessings on it, right? If I contracted to come here to do a contract and live this contract out that I had signed prior to coming here to this planet, that may limit my ability to create a different reality. Does it or does it not? And I thought that was a brilliant question. Someone's thinking outside the box. Why am I here if I'm controlling and limiting my existence? Because determining who you are and who you want to be at all times, living in your truth, it means you go to the opposite from everything that is every bad vibe, everything that doesn't jive for you, every person in the world that isn't that truth of intention for you. You go the opposite way. Because no money, no location, no body, no opinion, and especially no word or label has any effect on you or the truth of your soul, because it lives in this quantum frequency of light. Light frequency is your truth, and it has a perfect, specifically designed signature. So it doesn't matter if we're doing something that everyone else does, as long as it radiates true. So going back to her contract, your contract is your intention of shining your gift. And I've told you this so many times. In the quantum truth 3D or 5D reality, that's where your gifts lie. You just do it without thinking. It's now. You're just good at it. Okay. Your free will is to run. You have free will, and that free will is to run from all the labels you are accepting to anything less than your amazing spiritual warrior badass self. Why you came to be. So everything else is simply programmed illusions of reality that you can decide to either fall for someone's lack beliefs, the TV wizards, all digital wizards, all doctor wizards, all people who are in a controlled environment that can't break out of the box. Okay? To keep you small, or you can free yourself into what your truth and your gifts look like. And I don't care what stage you're at. And then just hold that light no matter what your reality or circumstances. Be intentional. Ready? And listen to yourself how you hear this. Be intentional on miraculous healing. That means a miracle, immediate. On alignment to love. personal, or self. An expansion of joy in everything you do. And you keep questioning, well, I can't have it because look what's going on. Who gives a shit? You're not in truth then. So the longer you hold on to a truth inside of you in a fifth dimensional frequency, hold on to that truth. That's who you are. That's what you are. That's how you exhibit your light, right? The stronger the alignment that falls into your lap. That way, in physicality, into the 3D form. It comes to you the stronger your faith and focus. The biggest challenge that most are feeling at the moment is good and bad labels and not being present for the moment that you are in, or thinking that you're having this moment, right? So just observing you makes you present. Just observing that you're having a thought about something makes you present, going, oh my God, well, I was thinking that? Oh, no, that's presence. I'm here, right? Oh, wow, I see it. I'm here. So when you ask, is this label, thing, experience, right? Is this label? I'm just using the word label, 3D, 4D, 5D, even just calling it that. Is the frequency helping me or constricting me? When you're asking that question, you're going to begin to repeatedly tap into your 5D intentions. And I can guarantee most people are not going up into the 5D, even just in your mind all day long, and go, what do I want? Well, that's what I want. I imagine myself skipping down. This is all in the Warrior Pass. So those of you signed up for Warrior Pass, you have these meditations in there, and it's the layers meditation, 3D, 4D, 5D. And I skip on the 5D on a highway. I'm a happy highway. And I go look at each of the houses that house my actual home, my physical home, my energetic, healthy home, and my body, my career, what you all need. I ask it to kind of throw out the mailbox, what we need. Like I literally just walk along that road and just intentionally live in that truth. And I just come back here and let it fall into my place. That's what you do with the meditative journaling. You make it intentional and then ask your guides, your spirit guides, angel, universe, guide me to solutions to create this intention here. And they say, okay. And then we throw fits why it's not coming, why it's not happening, why it's not working out for us, right? And I'm like, it's kind of basic. Okay, there you go. There's my rant. So 3D, 4D, 5D are not places to go, my friends. They are you. You are 3D. You are 4D in your thoughts, and you are 5D conscious. And they're layers of you. Where you choose to allow your present moment of thought, your nowness, to be awake to that, stay in the 5D consciousness, in your higher state of being, and all falls into place of expansion. Okay? All right, so let's get to this planetary update. It's all kind of correlating. It's all kind of coming together, layering, which is always cool, right? So there's a new moon on June 17th and 18th, which is Saturday and Sunday in Gemini, okay? Remember, I'm doing a lot of moon stuff because this is the stuff you're feeling right now, and I don't want you guys feeling like, again, there's something wrong with you. We're going to ebb and flow with this energy, okay? New moons are always our new blank slate point in the month. It's where you start anew. They're the chance to do things over, where you can welcome new beginnings, you can plant seeds for the future, okay? So leading up to the new moon, the universe can be kind of quietly or maybe loudly, for me it's been loudly, pulling our attention to things that we can revitalize and refresh in our lives, okay? So you might find your attention turning to things that are no longer working. You might feel a sense, a growing maybe sense of inspiration building around new ideas or new ventures, right? New moons are always considered a power time to write your intentions to the universe of what we wish to draw back into us. So get your journal out, get your meditation journal out, write that intention and let the universe draw it back to you, okay? Now, if you look deeper into this moon, okay, there's a little fog kind of around this new moon in June, which may cloud our judgment and create some sense of unclarity, uncertainty, non-clarity. Okay. Because Neptune, the planet of illusions and dreams and spiritual love, is highly active under this new moon right now. Okay. And it can be very delusional in seeing what's not yours to see. Okay, so it sees things that aren't there. It sees what it's told to see. It sees shit that's not even real, or sees things that the TV wizard told you to see, and so it must be there and it's not really there, that kind of stuff. It makes things seem what they are not. I'm telling you the planets, so here we go, okay? It can deceive us if we're not careful with being present with our thoughts matching our truth. This is why it is so important to be extra mindful of aligning with the truth. Okay. So while Neptune can get us into fogginess and confusion, it also, as you all know, high frequency, low frequency, it has a gift that is so deeply spiritual. Okay. So Neptune can cloud our external reality. And when it does that, here's the gift. It pulls us within. It pulls you internally into your present moment. Like, okay, I can't handle it. It's too clouded. It's too overwhelming. And so gets you here. Go, okay, what can I do instead? Yay! Right? Listen to the voice of your intuition guiding you, encouraging you to trust yourself. Okay? It encourages us to really listen to our inner voice when it comes to the next steps in our life. Neptune is also connected to spiritual love. So if it's hard to hear your intention, your intuition, again, if it's hard to meditation, write the meditation, you'll get there if you just keep going there and opening up. But just let's say it's hard. Trust yourself. You're like, I can't trust what I wrote. I can't trust what I'm getting. I don't trust the words in my mind. Start with self-love. Just trust the love here. You don't have to push it out. Okay. Allow Neptune to flow into your soul because it's water. It's a water planet. It's the sign of Pisces. It's the sign of flow. So it wants to wrap you in love. Okay. So love can be the tonic that we need, especially when Neptune is always involved. So do not hesitate for the next 2 weeks to charge every drop of water that you drink with love, right? Drink your water, charge your water with, I love you. Thank you for loving me. Every time you're drinking the water, take a drink. I love you. Thank you for loving me, and drink it. Every drop of coffee, everything, tell the water all the time. Okay. Because these energies that we're in, and I'm just giving you 2 planets. These energies that we're in, these planetary influences, my friends, are happening quickly. Everything is going like this, okay? And as we're seeing all the old 3D ways fall away, all the old ways that you had joy, all the ways that colored your life in, all the things that you used to bring you in the physical, brought you joy, they're falling away to make way for your new focus, your new, bigger, miraculous, miracle way of living. But that's inverted. You had to take the things and put them up there and go, okay, now I have to trust up there that they're going to come back down here. Yes. So all the outer planets, Pluto, Saturn, Uranus, and I'm going to go through all of them, but all these outer planets are going retrograde throughout the end of the month of June. So you're going to go in. Retrograde means in. Yes, it can be someone else. Can it be a dirty martini? It absolutely can, as long as it's gin. So all the planets are going to retrograde. So you're going to be more introspective. Okay. You're going to be looking inside a lot. So stop questioning that. It's going to get you digging deeper into your psyche. Pluto rules psychology, psyche, Saturn, right? Saturn and Pluto are going to go to retrograde first, right? And they're all about, Saturn rules power, okay? And control. So the planets of how it's used to be in society to control us, it's all going to be unearthed into truth. And a lot of us are going, well, that's what I was taught. I know, but it's not real anymore. It's not true anymore. That's not true. You were programmed and now it's dying. And now you get to go into what you want your truth to be. Who gives a shit what they're, true or not. Okay. Neptune, so you add all these older planets, putting you inside, reassessing you, checking your miraculous dream. Then we go into Neptune. Okay. Back to Neptune. It gets us emotional because it's in Pisces, right? Overwhelm and weepy, confusion. So the thing about Pisces, okay, is that it can get us weepy and confused because it's wishy-washy. It's the fish, it's flip-flop, but it's also the sign of deception and drugs, water, it's media, it's like film, okay? So the positive side is going to connect us to source consciousness, one consciousness, spirit, our spiritual self, right? But the lower end is that you could see some challenges going on with drugs, flooding, media. Oh, they're lying to you. Shocker, you got deluded. They were making these delusions and illusions of what was real. So the good news is that you can go inside and not care. They won't get your focus. They will crumble and have no choice but to step into truth in a future version of themselves, of all things, of drugs, of water, of deception, of psychology, all that kind of stuff. Okay, I'm talking about all of it, 3D. So your focus on faith in your higher truth is so crucial right now, as much as you go, but it seems so diluted, right? It seems so out there, like, how could I lose everything and make it back in 6 months? That's when I'm talking about 5D consciousness miracles. How could I get sick and get better in 6 months when they told me this is never going to heal? Like that, because you're in 5D intentional consciousness. Everything is getting faster and lighter as we move each day into the next year. Okay. And it's a reflection of as above, so below. Okay. So the universe, the planets, the people, whether they're in front of you, above you, wherever you see them, are a match to you. And in how you interpret your own feelings of higher and lower frequencies. So some planets will affect you more than others, but doesn't mean you take the lower frequency of it, you take the high road, right? And so it's up to you of how each energy shift, you're going to let it affect you. If you're in higher truth and intentional and you will not negotiate, it won't matter. So the universe is supporting your quantum leap right now. So very, very important. Remember on Saturday and Sunday, since it won't be with you, to set your intention this weekend of where you want to grow. This is an air sign. I know last time I asked you guys to bury it, which is so cool, and a lot of you did, is to write it on a sticky note right here in my sticky notes. Let's see. So write it on a sticky note or a piece of paper, and then so many of you buried it, and so many of you said it was already coming to fruition, right? But this one, this new moon is in Gemini, which is an air sign. Okay. And so when moons are in air signs, that is better to burn it and send it to heaven. Okay. So write your intention, burn it and send it to heaven and let it go and go. I know, I have faith. Everybody right here, tap it in. I am courage. I am love. I am truth. I am courage, I am love, I am truth. Truth is the frequency of 5D. 5D is the frequency of the higher realms of miracles. Stay there. Right. The faster and higher transitions. I am so thankful. Yes, it's amazing. Okay. So your challenge is back to, for the next few weeks, why the fuck am I here? And I mean, I want you to go deep. Because none of you are asking that. You're like, well, why am I here on this planet? Sitting here suffering, sick, miserable, fighting with people, arguing with them about a label and a title and a journey and a job and a career. And you want to be you. I want to be me, and I want to be love and truth and have the courage to do it every day on a very, very small level. And some days you're barely going to take a step. And some days it's going to be so fast, big quantum leap, you're like, what just happened? There's no fast or slow speed. It just is. So if you're not asking yourself, why am I here? And I mean on the planet, not what am I supposed to do with my life? What is my purpose? Your purpose is on your North Node on your chart. Go on my free charts on my website, go to tools, free birth chart, run your chart, look at your North Node, Google it, look at the information it explains. That's why you're here. That's your gift. That's your North Node, your moon, your sun. That's why you're here. Go look at your birth sign. That's why you're here. I mean, why the fuck am I here being miserable, being suffering, being told you're going to sick and suffer the rest of your life? It's bullshit. Please ask that question. Because the second you do, you get present and go, well, why am I here right now? Today, right now, today, I went and sat in the sun in my comfy chair in the back. I got my feet in the earth. I grounded for a while. I just literally took it in and I realized, because I'm here right now at peace. And normally I can get pretty high anxiety, right? I've been working on that. And so working on that, I've had to override, am I out there or am I in here? When I'm in here, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to do this right now. And it's like I lose time and I gain time. I accomplish things so much faster because I'm here now. And I'm not lost in so much energy that it's draining me. All right, so I'm going to open up Q&A. Who wants to discuss how you are looping, okay, in repeated unwanted situations because you're focusing on your thoughts about the situation and not your truth? That's what I want the Q&A to talk about tonight. Because it's what's happening for so long. And when you get out of thought, it changes the game and you're awake. And we're not out of thought. We keep thinking about what's good and bad and what people told me, and they told me I'm good and they told me I'm bad. And who the fuck is they? Whoever it is, they are, we are, right? You have to get off of this topic. So I'm going to throw that out at you. Who can catch that you're looping out of your thoughts and you're not staying intentional with your truth? And when you do, you can see the difference. Let me see what's coming in here. Okay, so this is kind of on that. Let's see. This says, what if we think we are living in our truth? Oh, here. Okay, this is good. What if we think we are living in our truth, but we aren't manifesting? You ready? I'm going to make this super simple. I'll elaborate a little bit, but I'm going to make this simple. If you're not manifesting what you want in the 3D, you're focused on your thoughts about the thing and not truth. Did you all get that? When you're not manifesting a thing that you want, you're focused on your thoughts about how you think about this thing and not the truth. Because the truth is miraculous. Your thoughts play small ego shadow beast bullshit. Okay. So you're living for things instead of intentional truth. And intentionality has crystal clarity of what is important to you and what you're going to do to it and get it daily with your soul. Okay. So if you want money, right, you're intentionally saving daily toward your intention of that thing. Then all of a sudden something happens and that intention grows bigger, and then that grows bigger. And all of a sudden you're like, whoa, I was only doing this, but it turned into this because it's up here. Right. And so when you save daily about your intention, you don't obsess about money. You're just living with the intention of money or creating what the money will get you. Right. If you're seeking anything 3D, money, cars, trips, things, and not achieving it, it's because you're seeking the thing instead of repeating your truth daily. So if you're not intentional, it's simply to the universe. Paper. What is money? Paper. It's simply metal. What is a car? It's just metal. It's simply mountains of travel. Oh, there's the mountains right there. You're by them. You traveled to the universe, hearing your thoughts. They're like, well, we give it to you. There you go. All right. So it doesn't align with your intention. And then you're upset and you're frustrated because the thing you got isn't the thing your thought is telling you you wanted. So if you want a career, there's another one, right? Are you enjoying your now moment doing what you do? It's very simple. So think about it this way: things, thoughts, and truth. Things, thoughts, and truth, right? Body, mind, and spirit. And then you ready? Purpose is the body going out and doing a thing, your north node. Power is the power of your thought. And presence is being present for the truth that you truly are, choosing to live in light, right? Are you present doing what you're doing, or do you need to find truth that you can be present for instead? Because you're probably not being present. That's why we're not manifesting. Okay. When I am, let me know if I didn't answer that well. When I am challenged by technology, I start thinking that I'll be left behind and I get anxious and I keep up, but I fear that there will be more and more apps, passwords, etc. This is beautifully said. Thank you, Emily. This is so well said. Why? Because see, what's happening is that we got inverted with things. And so I'm going to throw this back at you. Ready, Emily? When you got into a car for the first time, did you know how to drive it? And did you see all the gadgets and the handles and the buttons and all the pedals? And you were like, what do I do? Especially a manual or automatic or manual shifting, right? If you were in a 5-speed, you were like, how am I going? I think I'm never going to be able to drive. You never thought that. Your intention was, I want to drive because I want to go to the movies with my friends. That's what I want you to look at technology the same way, or a relationship or anything else. I want to put myself in an expanded mindset of technology, and the ones that serve me the highest will show me how to do it easy and not fight it and not be afraid of it. And if I go slow, baby steps and one step at a time, so what? You're still going. You'll still find another way to save your passwords. You'll still find another way to pick the apps that work for you. You'll still find the things that you really want, but you're going to put the intention of, I just want to go. I want to go on tech and I want to go follow on IDeserveItNow.com. And I want to go on there and I follow all the stuff and I'll find the things I want because my intention is to grow. My intention isn't to trip up. So I'll push every button on here until I get in trouble. So here's my tip. I push every button. I try them all until it says, oh, you don't want to go here. Are you sure? I'm like, okay, sorry. And I back out. Use your intention of technology the same as your intention when you wanted to drive. So my question for you, Emily, is did you ever get so fearful of a car that you avoided driving? I'd like to know. And if you didn't, then you have the answer to this question. Cool. Okay. All right, so let's see. So for the first time, okay, I'm going to go back to this one. So what my 5D wants, I can use tech to help me get there. I was a lot younger then. Yes, absolutely. So now you use anything that will get there. Sometimes this will make you guys laugh. So I've been trying to charge my water, but I also know that I'm low on I'm fasting. I'll talk to you guys about that in a minute. And so I didn't want to lessen some of my minerals and stuff like that. So I wanted to add to my charged water and healing and that kind of stuff. And so I put it in a copper pot. So I'm bringing the mineral copper into my body. So the pot just came to me out of the blue. I was like, oh, I never ordered, and I thought I ordered it. And I went to get it and I was like, I never ordered it. So it was now that I needed it. And even though I thought I ordered it and I had it, it didn't have it. So my point is what you're saying is if my intention is to heal and I'm going to use water and all of a sudden my intention was, oh, it dropped into my lap, go get the copper pot and then you'll have another mineral. It's still water with your water fast. So you're still not lacking. Oh, wow. Now I got more, even though I'm in less mode. Always put your intention first and let everything fall into place, even tech, even water. Okay. Okay, this says, let's see, for the first time, I feel like I am not looping. I'm at peace knowing that my intentions have been set and I feel them in the universe. It is oddly amazing. Yay! It's brilliant. It's brilliant. I've been doing the same thing. And I'm not going to lie to you. There are times when I'm telling my girlfriend, I'm like, I'm freaking out how fast this shit's happening. Literally like that. Or I'll think that I'm only going to get 2 things done and 6 things get done. And I was like, wow, that's what we have to focus on is as long as you stay here, I guarantee the things that will help you get there will fall into place. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. The next question, it says, why don't we just jump to the 5D if it's the best starting place? Well, that's a good question. And the simple answer, you guys ready? It's because you have bad habits. It's because we all have bad habits. We have bad habits and we aren't being present to go, ooh, am I doing that habit? Oh, don't do it, right? You aren't present right now observing your subconscious habitual behaviors because you're listening to me. When you stop listening to me, you're going to go right back into some sort of habit in your home because you're used to it. Okay. So when you do, like when you become aware of the habit, you're like, whoa, that's how I want. That's how I want. No more, right? And so I just mentioned I started a water fast today, right? And so several times today, I thought, oh, I think I'm hungry. I need to go get a snack. And then I was like, wait, I'm not eating. So then I went and got my water, right? And the fast is to reset my now moment to healthy expansion. Instead of allowing myself to be in a habitual behavior, it's forcing me to be present with my physicality, with my body, with my stomach, with my feeling, right? The fast is to reset my now moment to healthy expansion instead of habitual behavior, right? And so I went to the truth of my attention and my thoughts to reset my body. And when I did that, I stopped focusing on food. Okay, so I'm using it to master my thoughts through my truth. And my truth is cleanse the system, lighten up the body, give it less to have to digest, to work on, so that in that moment I'm faster, I'm more connected to spirit. You'd be amazed how spiritually connected you get, how much downloading you do, how much your intuition and your psychic ability like skyrockets when you're in fasting mode, because your physical body gets less weighted down, and so it relaxes. Your nervous system relaxes, and then it taps into these higher realms. FYI, it's why I'm doing it. But someone's asking, why don't we just start there? That's where I'm starting to get this to relax. But this now is getting mad because it's getting out of subconscious, habitual snacking, doing whatever it wants. And I'm like, whoa, that's crazy how habitual it is and what times it wants it and how it draws things right at that time of day. It's habitually nervous system programmed. And I want that. I want to be in charge and in present moment of me. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay. So let's see. There was a comment on here. Did I miss it? I thought, Pat, I thought you had put a comment. Maybe I missed it. Maybe you got rid of it. I just want to make sure I did not lose that. If you had made the comment, go ahead and recomment. I will answer it. So, does that make sense, my friends? Does this help you a little bit? The most beautiful thing is thinking. Yes, thinking is good until thinking is thinking poorly. Until we think we're right, until we think there's only one way, until we think ourselves into a box. Okay, so I'm trying to get you past thinking, because thinking becomes things. Your thoughts become things. And if your thoughts aren't like what I just shared with you, just with my water fast in my body, and my body's going, I think I'll have a snack. And you automatically go do it without thinking, because your subconscious is thinking for you. That's the most of our reality. So when you're in truth and you're present with now moment and going, my truth is this, then you will not have to think, because that is the only thing you will accept as functioning in your reality of light. So thinking then will become powerful instead of disempowering. That's the difference. So thinking is beautiful as long as you're watching up here and you're crystal clear about what you're thinking. So watch it. I love it. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense to all of you. So let's see. All right, so little update here. Most of you, if you are on the Warrior Pass or Truth Tribe membership, with most of you on here are, remember on the dashboard, both Truth Tribe and Warrior Pass dashboards, to open up the Daisy link, right? Because it's on your dashboard, it's free, it's just part of what you get, right? But all the info from Truth Tribe, the reminder of the podcast goes into there, a link, a fast link. I am dropping a whole bunch of health tips and books and all kinds of cool stuff I drop in there all during the week, or stuff that comes to me. We should be chatting in there. This is stuff that comes to you during the week. I want you to go in there and start asking. If you have a question, You want me to bring it up in Truth Tribe? That's where it's at. And it's part of your program. So again, just go in and log in. Okay. That's number one. Don't forget to follow Daisy. Tap on Daisy, sign in as you, and I'll see you. Okay. And then we'll chat there. Why? Because it's our own private Facebook where I can say fuck all I want there. And this might get a little bit censored, but I don't care on Facebook, FYI. But I can say whatever I want. Okay. There, and be honest with all of you and give you guys truth. Okay. Number two, write your intentions this weekend. Please don't forget, so that you start expanding that with this new moon. It's a very powerful one because Mercury is also ignited right now. Okay. And then start your IDI meditation journal. Even if you get one on Amazon or you start it yourself, I want you to be intentional and speak to spirit and ask spirit, hey, this is my intention, spirit. Like she was saying, can you help me with 3D, or I'm sorry, with 5D technology and getting a little more tech savvy? She can ask for that and spirit will go, okay, go here, try this. What about this? Think about that. You're already doing it. You're amazing. You're just being critical of yourself is probably what they'll say to her, right? Okay. Okay. Any last questions, my friends? It was good to see all of you on here. Focus on 5D, on your quantum, on your intention of truth. Why? Because if you're focusing on 3D or you're focusing on your thoughts, you're going to loop and you're going to get very, very frustrated with the reality you're in. And I'm telling you, we're in a miraculous, miracle-making moment of time and space right now. Do not negotiate. You can heal tomorrow. You can rebuild tomorrow. You can recreate tomorrow. It's that quick if your intention is strong and faithful. Okay? I love you all very much. Happy new moon. I'm so excited for you all to manifest on this. I'll be waiting for you on Monday. I'll see you then. You guys have an awesome week. Hopefully I'll pop on Instagram. We'll do a live, and you guys have a great week. You guys have a good night. Bye-bye.